welcome back to the channel, and if you are new here, thanks so much for joining. My name is Misty, and if you are not part of the Raven family but want to be part of the Raven family, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that you can become part of the Raven family. Today I am bringing you another episode of our Carver Legacy Challenge, and as you can see, we are just here with Emmett, and he is revitalized and energized, and he is just texting on his phone. We are going to be working on hopefully getting him up on his career here, but we are definitely going to be checking in with the family. As we know, when we left off, we had found out that our lovely bride-to-be is expecting again, and so we are pregnant. We will be finding out in this episode what we are having, and so then we will be needing some baby names. So we will be doing that in this episode, and we are just dealing with the family here, trying to figure out, kind of what's going on with everybody. We have us a tense little Cassidy. She is just doing a little bit of house chores, cleaning up and trying to keep things going. She needs to go ahead and get some bladder issues taken care of here, so we're gonna go ahead and let her do that. But let's go ahead and check on some needs and make sure everyone is doing okay. Emmett is just getting himself some bath time, which we love, and it looks like we have everyone just taking care of themselves here. Let me just go ahead and get them squared away here. And Evie is very, very pregnant, as you can see, but she is needing to get herself something to eat. So as you can see, it does say she will be in her second trimester in a couple of hours here. She's quite large for a person that is only in her first trimester, so I am not exactly sure. I'm hoping there's only one baby in that oven, but we will just have to see. She has opted for cake this morning, so we're gonna let her go ahead and deal with that. She is feeling quite confident this morning, and her needs, other than being hungry, look pretty good, so that's great. Once she is done with that, we'll go ahead and get her in the kitchen so that she can go ahead and get to making some breakfast for some of the other family members, because I don't really want everybody eating cake. It does look like that is the option that everyone is going for, so I don't know if it's just that there isn't anything else in the fridge, but we're going to try to get some breakfast going so that at least there are some other healthy options for people to eat. So we'll just get her making some breakfast here. At the very least, she can just set out some cereal. At least that is a, quick and easy option. We know that Emmett is really the one that cooks the most in the house, so he's kind of got the better cooking skill. He was kind of busy, so we'll just have her set out some cereal. Emmett's gonna come down and grab himself a bowl of that, and instantly she has dirtied up this sink, so it is gonna need to be cleaned. She is going to clean up a little bit. She's like, this place is disgusting. Every time I turn around, I need to clean something. Well, I wish you had cleaned the kitchen sink, because it is a mess as well. So I did record this episode prior to my computer crashing, but I was unable to get it edited, so we are now doing an edit on this video so that I can get it out for you guys. And so this is a long time coming, and they are just trying to go ahead and go on about their business, and we will, like I said, in this episode, they are just going to be finding out what it is that we are having. As soon as she enters into her second trimester, we'll head her off to the doctor so that she can go ahead and find out what it is that she is having. And oh my gosh, Teagan, with your mopey teenage moods. I don't know what it is with her. Actually, I do know what it is with her. She is really, really struggling with the fact that, she has become a stoner, and it's because every single day that she goes out to school, she comes home high, and now she is a full-on stoner, and so anytime that she's not high, she is moping around the house. And Evie has just come on out. She's going to deal with some of the plants. As you can see, we have fully entered into winter here, and so we are getting really closer to getting through these seasons so that we can hopefully get on closer to summer and to the point where we can get these two hitched. You know, I was really wanting to get them married. We know that Emmett is really getting stressed about the fact that they continue to go on about their lives unmarried. You know, he really does want to make an honest woman out of Evie. He feels like his dreams are being unfulfilled, that he's not actually fulfilling the promises that he's made to her to make an honest woman out of her and those kind of things. And it's really making him tense. They've got, you know, a baby already that is a child now, another baby that's on the way, and he still hasn't married her, and he has all these plans that he wants it to be perfect. And I think that Emmett is to the point now where he's just thinking, are you making too big of a deal out of this where you want everything to be perfect? Like, Evie is perfectly okay with it just being whatever it is. She just wants to spend her life with me, and you're making it this big deal, like, oh, it has to be perfect, it has to be at the venue that my parents were married at, it has to be in the summer, I want it to be this, I want it to be that. And you're making it this big thing when all she really wants is it for it to be us. And he's putting all this pressure on himself, and it doesn't necessarily have to be that there has to be that pressure there. And so he is really struggling with the fact that he's putting tension on himself where maybe there doesn't have to be this pressure there in the first place. So he's really starting to ponder, does it really have to wait until summer? And so you may see in the near future that we may change our minds on a summer wedding, because we're finding that Emmett is really struggling with the fact that he's not fulfilling his promises that he feels that he's made to Evie. And, you know, he feels like he's not really setting a good example for the other people in the family. You know, these teenagers are watching him, you know, live with this woman and have babies with this woman that he's not wed to. And he's like, I'm not setting a good example. I'm just showing them that they can go and do whatever they want. And he feels like he is doing an injustice to the people around him. And it's really starting to weigh heavy on him, because he wants to be a good role model to his teenage siblings as well as his daughter. And he just feels like maybe he's not doing that. Maybe he's not fulfilling his promises. He's not fulfilling his own dreams. And he's not being a very good role model. Evie is just thinking in her mind, you know, he'll get to it when he is ready to get to it. I'm really not worried. I just want to be with the man that I love. And as you can see, Teagan is, as usual, full of drama. This child is constantly full of drama. She is constantly mopey, constantly upset, constantly just in a mood and in a tizzy. If we remember back to the last episode, we had realized that, you know, Teagan is really unhappy here on the farm. I think that she is really bitter about the fact that, you know, Amber and Ray got to move out and go live in other areas, and she got stuck here on the farm with Emmett. And she doesn't understand why she got left here when they got to go live it up high in the city life, and she's here. But unfortunately, that is just the way it is. Now, something that I did find out while I was trying to get everybody, you know, back in order once I got my computer back and I was getting everybody set up, is Ray has had herself a child. So after we get through these episodes that I had pre-recorded before the loss of the computer, when we get in the new episodes, which will be not probably in the next 2 episodes, will be in the newer episodes, we do have some new family members that have entered into the family. So that's going to be really exciting to see. And hopefully we will see Ray come around with her little one. So that's going to be really exciting, because they have had themselves a little babaloo. All right, so it does look like she is going ahead and grabbing herself a bowl of cereal here. And then once she does that, we'll go ahead and take her out and go and discover what the gender of the baby is. Everybody else has headed off to work and school, and so she's going to find out what she's having so that we can go ahead and get that well underway. That way you guys can give me some baby name suggestions in the comments below. We are definitely going to need to name this little one and get some name suggestions under wraps. It says a deadline looms. Emmett has a major deadline approaching and needs to find a way to knock it out. What should he do? Should he hide in a closet or should he ask for help? I think that Emmett, being Emmett, is definitely going to go ahead and ask for help. So we're going to go ahead and choose that. And it says that he, while leaving the bathroom, Xavier notices that his chief academic rival has left his notebook sitting on the sink. It's got notes, homework, and lots of other important information inside. Should he return it to its owner or just toss it in the trash? It's Xavier, and he's a pretty good kid. I think he would probably go ahead and return the notebook. So we're going to go ahead and have him return the notebook to its rightful owner. So let's go ahead and choose for him to return the notebook. So we'll hit return the notebook here and do just that. Returning the notebook is something that Xavier would do. He does not seem like a person that would be spiteful enough to trash it. I think if it were Teagan, though, she would totally trash it, but not Xavier. Okay, Emmett got a performance gain, and we are having a girl. So go ahead and leave some baby name suggestions in the comment section below, because as you can see, we are having ourselves a baby girl, and we got that notification that we are having a girl. So that is super exciting. Cassidy is going to be a big sister. We have ourselves a big sister, little sister situation on our hands, where we're going to have ourselves 2 little girls in the family. So we need another little girl name. So we are going to go ahead and have her go in here and get herself something to eat. It looks like she is feeling quite hungry. And then we will let her go ahead and just take care of some of her needs. It looks like she could stand for a little bit of a nap. I do believe that she has to go to work a little bit later on. So we'll just let her take care of her needs here. She is feeling quite angry. She's having herself a little bit of a mood swing. We know that happens considering she is pregnant. Our maid has shown up and is cleaning up for us, so we don't have to worry about the chores. She can just go and rest her little self. She is in her 2nd trimester and is very much showing, and her hormones are really giving her a run for her money. So let's just let her go and have herself a little bit of a snooze, and then when she wakes up, she can get herself ready for work. Everybody else is off to work and school, so we'll just have her relax, and I will catch back with you guys once she gets up. Okay, Evie is up from her nap and is wanting to cook something, so she is heading herself down to the kitchen. I'm going to have her do a little bit of cooking. That way there is something ready when everybody comes home from work and school. As you can see, everyone else's needs are in the yellow or the red. They are all having themselves quite the day. Evie's feeling pretty inspired after her nap. She's feeling really good. She desperately needed that nap, but she is definitely feeling pretty hungry. She's saying that she likes cooking. We are absolutely going to let her like cooking. I think that is going to be very helpful, especially considering, you know, she's a mom. And I do think it would be really good for her to like cooking. She could, you know, teach that skill to her kids later on in life. Maybe considering they are on this farm here, she could have her little girls in the kitchen with her, and they could, as they get older, be in here baking cookies together or doing some of those lovely little things. I think that would be absolutely precious to see them as they're aging up in here cooking with mom. And if mom likes to cook, that would be great. We know that Emmett is the one that is most of the time in here in the kitchen cooking. But if Evie's going to take a liking to cooking, I think that that would be absolutely something that I could be on board for. So that is perfect. She is just in here cooking up a storm. She was really feeling hungry, so we're going to let her do that. And then she's going to grab herself a bite to eat here. Looks like she has made herself some chicken and waffles, and we'll just pop that in the fridge. That way, whenever everyone gets home, they can go ahead and grab themselves something if they want out of the fridge. She is going to go ahead and eat this, and then her schedule is a little bit off from everyone else's. When everyone else comes home, she then has to head into work. So they'll come home and then she'll be leaving. So she does have a kind of different schedule from everyone else due to the fact that she is a joke star and a bit of a comedian there. So there is that. But, you know, she's well rested, and I think that, you know, she's going to do pretty good with being able to go into her shift later. But everyone has come on home and from school with their homework and their projects. Everyone is pretty shattered and in desperate need of some fun. So if I can get them to do their homework, that would be great. And they do, I believe, have some school projects that they need to work on. So we'll see if we can get them to do that. But it is a pretty cold day, so I'm not exactly sure if that will be able to be done or not. Once again, Teagan has returned home from school stoned. And as I said, she is a full-blown stoner. So there's that. She is just really giving the family a run for their money. She cannot keep herself out of trouble. She's constantly in trouble in school. We had enrolled her in the cheerleading camp in hopes that she would hang out with the right crowd and she would do good, but unfortunately she just continues to hang out with the wrong crowd and getting herself into trouble. And it really doesn't matter what we do with her. She has decided to continue to do these bad behaviors. So I do think that, you know, in the future, we may see, you know, Teagan, if she continues to act out, it may be a situation where she ends up having to leave the house, and I don't know, maybe she might have to go stay with one of her siblings in the city because she's just really unhappy here on the farm. And I hate to break her up from her twin brother, but, you know, if she's going to do better in another area, it might just be something that we have to do. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you think that we should let her go live with Amber in the city, or maybe she should go live with Ray and, you know, Ray's family? I don't really know what you guys think, but let me know in the comments below. What do you think about her possibly leaving and going and living in the city and being in an area that she would probably thrive in a little bit better? I know that might not be ideal, but unfortunately she's really not thriving here at the farm. It is something that she absolutely is miserable living here, and yeah, it's not conducive to her having a really good life. Like she's miserable and constantly in trouble, and it's really having a toll on Emmett as well. So unfortunately, you know, I would love to say I think she's going to grow out of this, but I don't know that she will. So we'll just have to make that decision, and as a community, and kind of decide, like, do you think she'd be better off in the city with her sister, like, or do you think that Emmett should just really put his foot down and say, no, you're not going to act like this anymore? And I don't know. You guys will have to let me know. That being said, let's go ahead and check in on Cassidy and see how she's doing. She is feeling really tense. Oh, the poor dear. She has so many needs in the yellow. She needs some bladder. She needs some hygiene. She is desperate for fun. And as you can see, Evie is headed off to work. So just like that, as soon as Emmett's home, she's headed out. Emmett is shattered after a long day of teaching at school, and he has come in and gone straight to take a nap. I am going to go ahead, after Cassidy goes ahead and goes to the washroom and just get her in here practicing on the violin. Hopefully that will get her a little bit of fun. I realize that she does need to get some homework done, but I think that if she works on a little bit of this violin skill, hopefully it will get a little bit of fun for her. And also, having an extracurricular activity is also good in the sense that it's going to help expand her horizons, expand her mind, and give her, just a little bit more skills and talents and things of that nature. So we will let her do that for a little while and see, oh yeah, that is working on her fun. So that's great. So we'll let her work on that for a little while, and then once her fun is up a little bit, then we can hopefully get her to do a little bit of homework. I mean, she's not the greatest. Obviously, she sucks right now. But as she practices, she'll get better. So as you can see, Emmett is down here with Teagan, and they are just having a little bit of television time together, but also they are having a little bit of a conversation. He is just wanting to know how she's doing. He is really concerned with her behavior and the way she has been acting out. He's wanting to know what it is that he's got to do to make her feel like she can stop acting like that. He's like, Teagan, I am really concerned with your friends. I'm really concerned with your behavior. What is it that I have to do to get you back on track? And she is, as a teenager, not wanting to really talk to him. But he said, I'm really just concerned. You used to be such a really good kid. I know that the teen years are really hard. You really need to, talk to me. And she is not really in the mood to talk, and he just is really at his wit's end with her and her behavior. And she is not really wanting to talk to him, and he's like, you've got to stop with the drugs. And she's like, I just am unhappy here at the farm. And he's like, I understand that you don't want to be here, but I love you and I want you to do better. And I'll, I put you into cheerleading. I did all of these things so that you will have these different activities that you can do so that you're not constantly just here stuck with all the plants, because I know you're unhappy here, but you're still getting into trouble. And she's like, I don't want to talk about this right now. Can we talk about this another day? Unfortunately, he is really, really struggling. He thought he was really able to reach kids, and he's like, I don't know how to get through to her. He's good with all the kids at the school that he teaches, but for whatever reason he can't seem to get through to the ones that live under his own roof. And sometimes that is how it goes. You are able to talk to other kids, you're able to talk to kids that aren't your own. And he's like, I don't know how to get through to my own that I'm raising. I know that she's not my daughter, she's my sister, but I'm her guardian, and I can't help her. And he's really, really stressing about, her and her future, and it's really stressing him out. But guys, I do think I am going to go ahead and leave this episode here. Don't forget to give me baby name suggestions and let me know what you think we should do with Teagan. I am going to see you guys in the next one. We will, in the next episode, obviously be having us a little baby, and so that will be super exciting. But until then, I am going to go ahead and fly for now. Bye, Ravens.